I haven't done one of these in a while, so this is a vlog that's not a before and after of a meeting, but checking in on how I am and how I'm feeling. So it's Easter Monday, and over the weekend and today I've been thinking a lot about sacrifice and what I have already sacrificed and what I might have to sacrifice by this life that I've chosen. There is a choice in it, you know. As much as you're called to something, you can reject that and you can fight it. What I have sacrificed is theatre. I don't think I realised how much of a loss that would be. Over the last couple of weeks, become more and more apparent, because we did a passion play yesterday, Palm Sunday, and we had a professional play in the theatre today. And the other thing that's made me think about it is that a show that I almost did, that would have been amazing to work on, that I would have really enjoyed because of the content. It's just made national news because it's been nominated for an Olivier Award and it's going over to New York. And that made me start to wander down the path of what if. What could have happened if I'd gone for my stage management career. And it's not that I feel conflicted. Overall, I keep also going over it in my head, and I wouldn't have done anything different, which is good, I suppose. I'm not going to talk about what I am worried about sacrificing at the moment, because, you know, there's no point in trying to cross bridges, etc. It's weird that I can miss theatre. Like, I miss it every day without regretting leaving it behind. I miss it, but I couldn't go back to it. Such a weird thing to do in my life. I mean, theatre's, you know, odd enough. Another big factor in my mood tonight is that the show that came to the church was done by the company I did my first professional job with. I went on tour with them as work experience 7 years ago when I was 18. I mean, I was a completely different person back then. And so, you know, coming up to this week, I've been aware of this and I felt this sort of nostalgia for it. But one of the people I worked with was there, which made it very, very real. And suddenly that gap seemed so much wider. And that's all tied up into my own ideas of identity as well, I think. My stage management has been slowly becoming an integral part of my identity for 10 years. And now I'm leaving that part of my life behind, and what do I do with that part of my identity? And I'm sure this won't be the last identity crisis. It's so appropriate that this is happening in Holy Week when we're contemplating the sacrifice of the Lamb of God, right? That is the entire point. Keep on coming up against it over and over every time we're in church, because that's what we're concentrating on, Christ's sacrifice for us, and we're called to follow. And obviously I can't imagine sacrifice of that type, of going through that suffering and pain and death, right? Obviously. Another thing is the fact that I'm doing Easter at a new church. I've never done Easter as a religious thing except at one church, and this is all new. And it's like, I'm going to go through Easter and it's Holy Week and I'm not where I'm used to. Christmas was like a smaller version, but this is a big deal. I mean, yesterday was the first sort of big one because it was Palm Sunday and it was so different to what I'm used to, but it had some elements the same. Literally the same donkey. Anyway, I'm waffling. This is what discerning feels like. It's hard. And it's unimaginable before I was in it as to what this involved. There was no way I could predict almost any of this. You know, I thought I'd be fine with the stage management thing. I thought I was fine with the stage management thing. I think I will think of myself as a stage manager for a very long time, if not for good, really. I'd be surprised but also sad if I lost it completely as part of who I am. I feel like it was part of my greater vocation, so I don't want to lose what I got out of it. And the what if game is pointless, really. I know that. I can't stop myself doing it though. I don't think I quite realised how much choice I had in it, really. It always felt so natural. It was as if I wasn't making a choice, I was just going with the flow, but I did make choices. I have brought myself here, and it's all wrapped up in, you know, bigger choices about my future, as well as looking back at the choices I've already made in my past. because I'm thinking about colleges and moving out of London, which I've been here 6 years. It's a long time. Everything is changing, and it's the snowball is getting bigger. I had a moment with one of the stewards at the show tonight, and I was telling her, she said, what are you doing after? I said, I got a panel in June, and she got so excited. And I was like, oh, blimey, I haven't got excited about it in a while. It's all big stuff, it's all scary stuff, and it is really nice to have those moments to remind me that actually it is really exciting, and it is wonderful. It's just not that all the time. Anyway, I'll stop waffling, and I'll see you next time.